Alright, so we're going continuously to speak about the teachings and instructions on meditation and selflessness. So this teaching we're having two stages, the selflessness of individual person and the selflessness of phenomena. So we're having gone the first part, the selflessness of a person. So now we're going on the selflessness of a phenomena. So that means is according of the Chitamata school and Madhyamika school, the high school, both they believe all the phenomena are unborn, nature is emptiness and selflessness. Phenomena. So this again is we mentioned there's two stages. One is Chitamata school, one is the Madhyamika school. So as mentioned to you, the Chitamata school, they believe all of the appearances, phenomena of the samsara is only mind, one's own mind perception, because of mind habituated sense born from beginningless and samsara, the two dualistic grasping. So therefore it's just even there's no existent externally objectively, but we overhanding to objectively existent. That is just habit. So now in this way we're talking about from Madhyamika. Because now what is the difference between Chitamata schools, the view of emptiness, and the Madhyamika teachings, the view. So because the Chitamata school, they believe externally emptiness, internally the subject, the mind also emptiness, totally selflessness, but the true nature, mind, the true nature of mind, true nature, is as established, existent, ultimately. So this is the problem, little problem, compared to the of Madhyamika middle way school, because who knows they are existent inherently the true nature of mind. If anyone to know the mind nature is as existent, established, and inherently someone could be perceiving, and then again is the contradictions comes. Because then is not yet beyond to the of a true dualistic grasping. Still is there are tiny imprint of the true dualistic grasping is there, because the you perceiving the object of a true nature mind, and there are the perception, the percept, percept and the perception. And yes, there's three spheres naturally coming. So therefore, that is not authentic, perfect view. But if in case Chitamata school says no one knows, the true nature of the reality, existent things. The true nature, reality, existent things are beyond to the perception, so therefore no one knew. If this then is Madhyamika says, and that is only imputation, as an object. By your Chitamata schools just imputed. That's your exaggeration, So that is not absolute ultimate truth. So now in this case, now we're talking about the Madhyamika, the middle way class. That's the highest level of the four great schools of Buddhist philosophy. The last one, the fourth one, is the Madhyamika school. Madhyamika is a Sanskrit language, means it's a middle way. school or intermediate state class. That's Madhyamika, we say. And then this Madhyamika, again, we can divide it into another two stages, two categories. One is the middleware of autonomy school or class, and one is the middleware of consequence school or consequence class. There's two stages. So first we're talking about the emptiness, selflessness of phenomena according to the middleware of autonomy school. So this better according to the autonomy school, autonomy class middleware, we must be very beginning debate true truth, the object of knowledge, which means is the object of knowledge, the conventional truth object, and ultimate object truth. These two very beginning. When you're going to research, when you're going to the judge, to the selflessness, that terms we must be the two basics, the true truth about separate, very beginning has to be separately. Conventional truth and ultimate truth you must be to do separate. And therefore, when you're going to judge of a conventional truth, that terms when you're research, analyze to the conventional truth, that terms you should not use the ultimate logic and the ultimate reasoning, because then many contradiction or many questions, many doubt, as a very confusion for you, make you confusing. So therefore, when you're going to judge about the conventional truth, that terms your logic, your reasoning, your analysis, and that they call the investigating according to the of conventionally, not ultimately, and then you easy, clearly you understand. They have no any contradictory, no any doubt. Without any doubt, you can get the conviction, the certainty, the point what is of conventional truth, because the object of the judgment object is as a conventional truth. And the perception, the logic is also according to the reasoning through the of a conventional truth. So therefore, that is perfect. That's one. And then when you're going to judge, research about the view from ultimate truth, that times you should not judge, you should not use the reasoning, the logics through the of conventional truth, conventional logic. No. Better conventional logic, better conventional result, the knowledge, if to judge ultimate truth, then so many obstacles, so many of contradictions, so many doubt and confusion again for you. So therefore, when we're going to research about the reality nature of ultimate truth, that times you have to use better the logic through the reasoning comes through the of ultimate logic, do not conventional logic. Therefore, it's to do separate these two object, conventional truth object and ultimate truth object, two separate, and then two logic is separate. Ultimate logic to judge ultimate truth, better conventional logic to judge the conventional truth. Then easy to understand. This meant is this kind of the school is class is according to the middleware. This is middleware, but it's a middleware of autonomy school class. Okay, that is the one. So in this way now let's check. Means is the step by step to understand the nature selflessness of phenomena. Follow the stages. For example, from the Heart Sutra, we quoted before also several times. Buddha says, form is as emptiness. That's the first stage, for form is as emptiness. And then the second stage is emptiness is as form. And then the third stage is the emptiness is not another than existent of form, and form is not existent another than of emptiness. That means is the third stage. It's a union. The appearances of conventional truth and the emptiness of the unborn nature of ultimate truth. These two is only aspect, but it's become union. Totally is union. That's the third stage. And then the last fourth stage is finally is equal equanimity, one test of the conventional truth, appearances of form, and ultimate truth of unborn nature, emptiness, are completely, fully one test, single test, non-dualistic. Non-dualistic. That is. So that's the fourth stage. Through going to the four stages, two final achievement state of the Madhyamika, the view of emptiness, self, person, emptiness of self, of phenomena are. Finally you can reach the finality, highest level of state of emptiness, but step by step, because more easy for us. Then live over just straight to speak about the reality. This is a little bit beginning. New practitioners, little bit complicated, hard. So therefore, it's a good make the separate these two truth and two logics. So in this case now, according to the conventional logic, and then we can explanations of samsara and pure appearances of the samsara, the 6 realms, and the contaminated karma, what is positive karma, what is negative karma, what is the result of the suffering of the samsara. Everything you should description by the conventional logic, by conventionally. So the result truth is also true, but this truth is a conventional truth, not ultimate truth. So that means conventionally 100% sure karma of cause effect is true. The nature rule karma of cost is true. Means is if we accumulated negative karma loads, if we couldn't find the antidote for purifications, and then sooner or later, but this negative karma will bring us the result of suffering sooner or later. And then also 100% sure from the merits, positive karma, and sooner or later will bring the result, the rapid result will be experiencing of happiness, enjoyment. And therefore is a karma, when we committed karma will not disappear automatically, causelessly. Sooner or later will be experiencing the result of contaminated karma. So sooner or later means is soon possible in one life, one single life, created karma, one single life, but will be experiencing also in same time, same life, one's life time. Early age, we did karma, contaminated karma, either positive or negative anyway. And then later, after the end of your age, you will be experiencing the result, suffering from negative karma. You will be experiencing happiness, enjoyment from positive karma. That is first possibilities, karma whose fruits will be experienced in this single life, one single life. That's one possibilities. And the second possibility is karma whose fruits will be experienced in immediate next rebirth, not this life. This life you created karma, either positive or negative, but the result will be happiness or sufferings will be existent, will be experiencing just immediate next rebirth. No more another life, but no earlier, but just immediate next rebirth. So that's the second possibilities. And the third possibility is karma whose fruits will be experienced in another circumstant lifetimes. In another circumstant lifetime means is, of course, not this life, even not just immediate next rebirth, but in another, maybe third, maybe fourth life, maybe hundreds after hundreds life, or maybe thousands, even sometimes kalpas of another, the kalpas of the lives of another. So this is Buddha mentioned sooner or later. Karma will not be dissipated by automatically, by causelessly. Will be experiencing the result sooner or later. So as the later means is even kalpas takes time, but could be possible. That's the third possibility is karma with fruits. So the fourth possibility is uncertainty. The result of karma is uncertainty. Uncertainty means is that doesn't mean there's no rule of karma of cause and effect, but you can destroy positive karma. For example, very deeply, very angry from your heart with somebody, and very deeply you want to harming them as much if possible. So without dedication, without bodhicitta, without of the recognition of true nature, empty, and then these kind of virtues can destroy even many lifetimes. You accumulated lots of merits without three excellent, without pure motivation, without pure dedication, and then can destroy one times very deeply angry with somebody. So that means is these kind of virtues, the result is uncertainty, because if you have this happen, the problem, then can damage, can destroy about your positive karma before giving the result of happiness enjoyment. That's why uncertainty. And similarly, the negative karma also, uncertainty, negative karma, because when you found the antidote, like Vajrasattva meditation, Vajrasattva recitation mantra, or very strong generation, the cultivation mantra of enlightenment of bodhicitta, pure motivation, without any hesitations, or with of the four powers of the purifications, the branches of four powers, four purifications, like very strong the repentance, very strong regretment, disappointedness, man for negative, and the promise will never again do such kind of mistreated karma, and rely on the very special antidote, the very special object. So and then can completely clean, clarifying, completely cleansed, completely can do purification about the mistreated karma. So therefore, before giving the result, before appearing the suffering, can damage, can destroy, can do purification, the mistreated karma. So therefore, this is also uncertainty, you found. So therefore, the karma, this all is true. What we mentioned, this all is true. But this truth is conventionally, not ultimately. Because first we're talking the conventional truth. First we're going to judge the object of conventional truth. If you like to judge of karma of cause and effect, that tells you to use the conventional logic, because this object of karma is conventional object, not ultimate object. If you want to judge the reincarnation, past life, present life, a future life, next rebirth, that times you don't judge by the ultimate logic. By ultimate logic, you cannot find the basics of the reincarnation, because there's no self. No self is no birth. So it's no reincarnation, because no self is from ultimate logic, not from conventional logic. By conventional logic, we have self, we're having the self existent conventionally. So therefore, if you want to research about the reincarnation, that times you should not use the ultimate logic. You should use by the conventional logic. Then you can description clearly the reincarnation, truth, but conventional truth. So therefore, for example, now how we born in this samsara, because our mind consciousness definition is as clarity awareness. The clarity awareness is momentarily change. So therefore, is the present moment clarity awareness is as composed or produced better of last moment clarity awareness. And the last moment clarity, the awareness is as composed from another last moment clarity awareness. Like this way, you return back anti-clockwise to check, and then no begin. When you born from mother's womb with clarity awareness, because this is in the pregnant in the mother's womb, your mind nature clarity awareness is continuously, that's momentarily coming. Because in the very first moment in the embryo in the mother's womb, the pregnant very first moment in the pregnant, the embryo is exited the clarity awareness with two genes from father and from mother, and the karmic energy from past life. These are the three merging the interdependently. That means very life, the embryo in the mother's womb. So now in the mother's womb, the wet drop to the sperm cell from father and the red cell from mother, and the karmic energy, the consciousness, is a very subtlest, the best of all. The consciousness is from past life, these three. So now, physically we are born from parents and grandparents. So therefore, physically 99% very similar. The everything of the system, your body, appearances, the shape, the color, like eyeball, the eye faculties, eyeball colors, the hair colors, everything from parents. Because we are born from the genes, lineages from parents. But mentally, almost sometimes 99% can be opposite from the parents' mental quality and the children's mental qualities sometimes. Because it's mentally not from parents coming. Mentally we coming from individually from past life. One's own. There's no connection to the parents. Mentally. Can be conditioned, of course. When you grow up, and parents is kindness and peaceful, and then you also, kids follow them a little bit, the conditioning, the functioning, you become more, can be peace and it's something comfortable. And the parents is very wrathful or something, fighting every day, and then the children also is a little bit this influence coming. But that is different way. But we're talking the mental quality, just born nature, innate quality, is not from parents. The mind nature and innate quality is from past life. So that's why if you have good karma, you have good life. If bad karma from past life, and then this life is a bad life is coming, So and so therefore, as the reincarnation means is mentally we are born from past life, not parents. And there is from past previous our life, the continuity clarity awareness also depends on another life, clarity awareness. So no begin. For we born from this samsara, when beginning? No begin. From beginningless we are born, but mentally we are born from beginningless time. And therefore is when we will be, an end about the circulation of samsara. As mentioned you first day, generally samsara have no begin, but individually, particularly, can end samsara. Means is if we point to everyone, he can end samsara, yes. She can end of samsara, yes. Like this way, if we possible, you point to everyone, ask all sentient beings, the answer is never ever say no. Yes, 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 yes. Endlessly, if you ask numberless beings, and with numberless the answer say yes, yes, everyone can enlightenment. The reason everyone have the potential power for enlightenment, because Buddha nature pervading equally for everyone. No any exception. Even small insect, small animals, small bacteria, like they can have the Buddha nature. So therefore, Buddha nature is the seed of enlightenment. So this seed is permanent. This seed is an uncompounded phenomena. We can say seed, but seed means there's a different, it's a greed, very special. So that doesn't mean compounded phenomena. Actually, seed, cause and effect must be compounded phenomena. But Buddha nature we say seed, but doesn't mean it's a compounded phenomena. That nature is uncompounded phenomena. So that's why we say greed permanent, So therefore, even millions kalpas we training again and again samsara, but no change. The Buddha nature no change. So therefore, one day, sooner or later will be when conditioning of the favorable conditions comes, and then seedling, seed germinating, seed shooting form of the Buddha nature. So therefore, it will be progress and then attainment, completely enlightenment. So everyone can be enlightenment individually, but generally have no end of samsara. Then maybe you say, if everyone individually can end of samsara, then why not generally end of samsara? Why do you think? Because sentient beings numberlessly existent, countlessly existent. There's space is no end. So space pervading equally, endlessly. So therefore universe can be boundlessly existent. Therefore with the form or without form sentient beings existent numberlessly. Means no number. You cannot count the number. And numberlessly, countlessly. So therefore there's no last number. If last number comes and then there's no numberless, because last one is only one, right? But it's numberless, means it's no last. No last means generally no end of samsara. But no matter generally no end, but particularly everyone can end of samsara, okay? Because Buddha nature. So these kind of explanations, all is better conventional logic. The logic, the reasoning comes through the of conventional logic, not ultimate logic. By ultimate logic, there's no karma, no reincarnation, no birth, no death, no aging, no samsara. Because no selfless, no self. Because ultimately selflessness, right? That's our topic. Better ultimate logic. But better conventional logic is contradictory, selflessness is not true. It's they are self, because we are here in the samsara, wandering foolishly. Sentient beings is self. Thousands, millions self beings are wandering in samsara, but that's conventionally. But it's also true. But this truth is conventional truth, not ultimate truth. So therefore, important to separate these two judgment object, conventional truth, ultimate truth. So therefore, you have no problem now, because if you mixture the two objects and the mixture about the two logics, and then so many confusion, the questions and doubt or something is, complicated to make you, So if separate, then it's more clearly you understand, you get the keep on understanding. So like this way. And then the samsara and nirvana. So samsara means is impure appearances, ordinary perception. Nirvana is pure appearances of external perception. Both these two descriptions, samsara and nirvana, also better conventional logic, okay? Not better ultimate logic. By ultimate logic, there's no samsara, therefore there's no nirvana, okay? There are no bondages, therefore there is no liberation, right? By ultimately, but by conventionally there's bondage, because we are bondage in samsara. So therefore releasing or the liberation of that means nirvana is true by conventionally. So like this way, we need to understanding everything are by conventionally. That's conventional truth. So therefore, that's why I'm saying conventionally we are born. Conventionally we will be die. Conventionally we can collection of merits. Conventionally we can collection of wisdom. By conventionally or so on. By conventionally we reincarnated samsara. By conventionally sometimes in low realm, sometimes we born in the higher fortune realm, up and down the circulation of the like water chain, water wheel, like is the training, and samsara again and again. So this all is better conventionally. But like dream, like dream, conventional elements is, but we cannot considering like dream. We considering is real. Therefore, we feel suffering is also real. When happen good things, also real for us, happy, enjoy. When bad situation comes, real, we are suffering. But this real means is conventionally, it's true. Ultimately, totally not true. So the dream, same like when dreaming, if not recognition, dream as dream, and then real, everything's good, bad, everything's what happened in dream is same. If recognize dream as dream, realization dream as dream, and then it's equal. Good dream, bad dream, there's no difference for you. No attachment, good dream, no aversion, no rejection to the bad dream, because you feel equal. Because you are having the heart realized, you have realization, having realized of the dream is as dream, and that same equal. Like Bodhisattvas, very achievement, accomplishment of the Buddhahood or Bodhisattva means is attainment of the freedom of the attainment of selflessness of self. And then you offering one gold, and you offer them one stone. For them equal test. There's no difference. There's no attachment to the gold, no rejection to the stone. It's same for them. Totally same. But for you, not same. Gold is very precious. We have too much attachment. So therefore, stone is we don't much attachment. So therefore, you offering the gold to the Buddha, you have lots of merits because you have lots of attachment to this. You stone offering to the Buddha, not so much merits because you have no attachment. This is not useful for you. So therefore, you just gift, like almost garbage, So therefore, your merits is almost like garbage, But the gold is very much your attachment. You feel precious, or that it's everything's of yours. This. So if this without attachment, finally, without of miserliness, mind, greedy, and just offering, like Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yedam, Dagadagani, and no matter what, even offering or giving to the poor people, also the lots of accumulation of merits. But doesn't mean Buddha can have attachment to the gold. That's why you have lots accumulated. No, we too much attachment of gold. So that's why finally you offered. So you have lots accumulation of merits. So Buddha sent stone and gold. Because Buddha, I mentioned you the example this morning. So it's a Dharma sphere. Stone nature is a Dharma sphere. Gold nature is Dharma sphere. So there's no difference for Buddha. It's always Dharma sphere, the reality, it's the Dharmakaya. Nature is Dharmakaya, his everything perception. So but for us different. So and therefore is the conventionally we can description like this way, samsara, nirvana, so what a difference. So the purification object, the antidote of object of purification, so everything's and the stages of the path of accumulation, part of preparation, part of seeing, part of meditation, part of normal learning. These all descriptions with conventionally follow the conventional logic. It's true, the stages, but this too is conventionally. Ultimately, there's the part of accumulation, no part of preparation, no part of seeing, no part of meditation. Therefore, no part, no more learning. There ultimately. So therefore, this all is conventionally, according to the conventional logic. This is true, but this truth is conventional logic. Okay. So, like this way is the description about better, the middle way of autonomy school classes, explanations like this way. So in the Nagarjuna and the Madhyamika text, he says, I just quote one verse, Dalimain, Janliman, Nilimain, Gimemen, Ubo kanta dali mind shanlimen, ili mind kimemen, ubo kanta kanaya, kiwaname your mind, just 4 lines with 1 verses from the root Madhyamika text, Nagarjuna. So he just said, he explanation the emptiness, the selflessness of phenomena. Why phenomena are selflessness? Because he says, there's no bone, nothing, everything's no bone. There's no bone from self, no bone from others. There's no bone from both each others, no bone from neither nor none. No. So therefore there's no birth of phenomena. If something is born, the object of phenomena or something is born, then must be 4 possibilities. Maybe born from self, if not, and then maybe born from other, if not, and then maybe born from both, if not, and then can be possible maybe born from neither nor none, existent, but it's not. Nagarjuna says no possible. These four possibilities of birth, but it's no. Phenomena are not born from these 4, not born from self, not from others, not from both, not from neither nor none. So therefore no birth. No birth means not only you, not only me, not only sentient beings. Phenomena are no birth. Means is no appearances. No possible. Ultimately now, you don't forget. This we're not talking conventionally. But ultimately logic. Now you're going to this judgment object is we're talking selflessness of self. So selflessness of self, if you judge, research, that times you must be follow the valid recognition through the ultimate logic. So ultimately, but still there are the middle way of the autonomy school that says ultimately not born from self, but ultimately not born from others, but ultimately not born from both, but ultimately not born neither nor none. That is the autonomy school class says like this way. So what we then, if you use like this way, it says, and then because ultimately, then that means is naturally you understand. Oh, ultimately not born of samsara, but conventionally born samsara, right? Because there says ultimately no birth. Means is okay. Then conventionally is birth. Yes, conventionally we are born, but ultimately no born. Means selflessness. But conventionally self is existent. Imputatively self-existent. Ultimately, absolutely self not existent. Because ultimately cannot born. Conventionally can born. You are born from your parents. Conventionally, you are born from others. Because the kids is born from other, means parents. Parents and kids is not same, so different. So therefore kids born from parents, means from others you born. But this is conventionally. Ultimately there's no self, no other. So therefore no self, no other, so how can say be born from other? How can say from self? Because no self. So if there's no each others, then how can say born from both? No possible. There's no both, is then how can say neither nor none? Is depend to the both. So therefore ultimately no birth. But conventionally, yes, there's birth. So like this way. But now in this way, this is the autonomy, the middle way of autonomy class. How we going to understand the emptiness like this way? Finally, all the phenomena are selflessness. Self. We are understanding finally. So now in brief, the logic, the reason Madhyamika, common logic, both of the middle way of consequence school and the middle way of autonomy school, both they used one logic. It's interdependent, be interdependent. So it says all the phenomena are emptiness, means selflessness, self. Questions why, how? The answer is because all the phenomena are originated by the interdependently. That's the answer. So therefore, now among these samsara sense for hell realm beings up to a peak of existent beings, object, subject, everything. If you can find one single things are could become existent by independently, then Buddha's promise lost. Nagarjuna's promise losing, promise. If you find one single things are existent independently, but not possible. Since 2000 years before till now, we researched to find one single permanent existent things independent, but we couldn't find yet. So not possible. So that means is phenomena originated by the interdependently, but not independently. So therefore is interdependent means is same meaning by the mother amiga where emptiness and interdependent appearances, unborn nature, emptiness is the same meaning. Finally becomes same meaning. So now we see simple example. This teaching, our teaching now. This teaching is according to the conventionally true. If you ask, oh, you have these 2 days, I have teaching here with Chamtrul Rinpoche, is it true? Then what do you say? Yeah, it's true. Okay, this true is conventionally or ultimately? There must be one of these truth. Ultimately true or conventionally true? So conventionally, yes, conventionally true, right? But then I say, okay, you say conventionally true. Oh, then absolutely not true, he's teaching here, right? Then you say, yes. The reason why? Because this teaching is as existent appearances. This teaching is appearances by the interdependently. This teaching is not producing by the independently, right? Make sense? So that is why this teaching not true, absolutely cannot. Because this teaching apparent is by interdependently, not independently. If this teaching could be by independently, then that absolute truth. But no possible. Independently, I mention you. So I need to depend to you. Listen, you need to depend to me to speak. We each other depend the house, the ceiling, the floor, the place, the country, the tent, everything's depend. And then coming is this teaching, the class is coming. But that means it's conventionally true. This teaching is true, but conventionally true. Not ultimately, because there's no existent independently. This teaching cannot. If a teaching could become independently, could become existent, then even you left, still teaching must be there. Even I left, must be teaching is there. Because you say independently. Because this is not dependent to you, then no matter you leave or not. This teaching is not necessarily depend to me, no matter the teacher leave or not. Because you say independent, then must be teaching itself. Must be existent, independently. Ours, but not true, right? So very much these teachings depend to each other. So that means this teaching is not absolutely existent, but conventionally existent. So now what is the absolute nature of this teaching? Emptiness, selflessness. Selflessness, self of teaching. No, there's no, absolutely. So the answer again, because this teaching is originated by the interdependently. So now, with this logic, you can understand all phenomena. All the phenomena are unborn nature, emptiness, selflessness, because all phenomena are originated by the interdependently, like teaching, this teaching like. Everything's apparent. So therefore, finally the appearances, interdependent origination and unborn nature, emptiness are one test become. Only aspect different. because conventionally apparent, ultimately unborn, but these two aspects only is just aspect, but one union totally. So therefore is the text in Nagarjuna means is there's no any established of existent things without independently. Therefore there's no possibilities, everything's are possibilities of emptiness, of phenomena. So same meaning, interdependent appearances and unborn nature is same, finally. So this telling us what do we understand now? We could be your view of Mother and Mega view could be freedom, falling extremes of existent and falling extremes of non-existent, and you will be free, freedom falling extremes of both existent. In the end, you are freedom falling extremes of neither nor non-existent. So finally, so this is the middle way. View the selflessness or self means the emptiness means the real, the Mother and Mega, the view emptiness. But we're talking like step and step. Conventionally, everything's are existent, and ultimately everything's are empty. So this conventional truth, ultimate truth, only aspect, difference, but it's a union. Totally is equal quality and separable. Finally, so therefore, finally, if first we go to the middle way of autonomy school class like this way go, but you reach the fourth stages, that times you are reach same nature of the highest level Mother and Mega. The Mother and Mega, the middle way of consequence school, finally, is become one. The autonomy school and consequence school is finally is the final purpose is same, final goal is the same, final stage is the same. But in the way when explanation and meditation practices, the autonomy class is a long way, step by step, because easy for us. But the consequences school, the middle way of consequences school, they directly live over of all these stages, but they speak beyond to the ordinary perception, just directly, and then we headache, just so. Therefore, now we go to let's we talk about this, the final or the middle way of the consequence scope. Nagarjuna says, I just quoted one verse from Nagarjuna. The consequence scope, Mother middle way. So it means is there's no emptiness. Okay, we lots talk, emptiness, phenomena are emptiness because originated by interdependently, selflessness because originated by the interdependently, lots talk, right? We learn things from the Vipassana school, Sutrantika school, Chitamata school, and the autonomy, the middle way of autonomy school, we're talking lots of emptiness, right? But the top of Mother Mega, the consequence school, Mother Mega, there says, there's no emptiness. Are you disappointed? There's no emptiness. Many years we learned about emptiness, and we did meditate emptiness year by year, very hardly. The end we met Nagarjuna, he says there's no emptiness. Okay? So now why is there's no, means there's no emptiness? Nagarjuna again says, quoted another one verse from Nagarjuna. If in case some of you, if you can find something is there's the established existent things, then is possibilities of aspect of empty, depend to of these existent things, and then can be is non-existent, is depend to the existent. So empty is something is non-empty and there's dependently. But you found finally is there's nothing any one single is existent things. There's no born naturally since beginningless is empty. So that means is there's no emptiness finally. You know, if the clay pot, like clay pot, the water pot, if existent first, and the end you destroy, and then become empty like possible. But was the clay pot not there, and there's never a chance to make empty or destroy, was not existent. So like this way, the emptiness is as empty actually. Okay? Emptiness is as empty. The fundamental, the truth, nature. So therefore, finally, there's no true truth. We mentioned conventional truth, ultimate truth, the laws. For us, very important to learning, studying, meditation practice. But when you're talking about the final, the highest level of the middle way of consequence school, and there's no true truth, conventional truth, ultimate truth, that's not possible. There's no. This all is just imaginary, better of imputation, imputatively, better traditions, better lineages, something created better mentally. Actually, this all exaggeration, can't like exaggeration, exaggerated. No. So therefore, Nagarjuna says, means Nagarjuna says, if he can have, he means the point according to the middle way of the consequences school, and then there's no promise, no any commitments. Nagarjuna have his view have no any commitments without any promise. Means is never ever say yes, no. Okay, that means is without commitment. If you ask Nagarjuna, is existent? He can say yes. Then you say, oh, that is not existent. He also can say no. Yes, he can say yes. So therefore, he have no commitment. Not commitment existent, no commitment with non-existent, no commitment of both existent, no commitment of neither nor non-existent. That means without of commitments, without promise. I mean, his tradition, his final tradition, final view, have no commitments, no promise. Sense of this highest, the middle way of consequence school, and as the exception of this, and then all other traditions have commitments, have promise. So therefore, you can have some aspect of thought, elaboration, fabrication, but that's not fundamental of the truth nature view. Truth nature view is focused. True nature view is beyond to the concept, beyond to the thought. Must be freedom from any concepts and any of thought. So therefore, if you thinking phenomena existent, that's a thought. And if you think, oh, that existent is not good, so then for non-existent, that also thought. That's your perception. Oh, then if existent wrong, non-existent also wrong, there must be both existent, then you double problem. Okay? That's because concept double aspect. Oh, then is both existent is also not wrong, is also wrong, and then must be neither nor non-existent. That's you falling extremes for fourth extremes. So now what is the reality? Directly, straight, swiftly they teach us of this middle way, finality middle way says, phenomena are not existent, means that the true nature of the Dharma sphere, the selflessness of self-phenomena nature is as not existent, not non-existent, not both existent, not neither nor non-existent. And then become mute. Is it? Means beyond to the speech. Because existent is not beyond. Non-existent not beyond to the speech. Both existent we can speak. Neither nor non-existent we can speak. But it's not neither nor non-existent, then there's no fifth speech. There's no chance of fifth, to talk, and there's no chance fifth thought. Means beyond thought, beyond to the language, beyond to the speech, beyond to the word. So that means it's unconceivable object. The true nature of Madhyamika view is unconceivable object. If the final view is Madhyamika view is unconceivable beyond to ordinary perception, and then maybe you feel, because we are ordinary people. So ordinary we need to practice, and we need to enlightenment, we need to achievement, realization, true nature. But then the ordinary will never ever chance recognition because you say beyond to the ordinary perception. No, there's no problem. Because yes, we are ordinary, we cannot experiencing directly of the true nature of this consequence in the school view. We cannot. But we can learning generality point meaning of this Madhyamika. Like these stages we mentioned you, step and step, step and step. So first we have to be understanding by the hearing wisdom of the consequence in the middle way class, by the hearing wisdom. And then clearly you to listen, hear, and that is we need to learning, starting the meaning of the word, what you hear. Means is we need to collection the wisdom of a word, the reflection of the word of a hearing. Meant is wisdom of contemplation. Still we are ordinary, the judgment is ordinary judgment, ordinary is the knowledge, ordinary is reasoning, ordinary is of the proofs to judge of the reality. But what do we judge? We judge the reflection of the emptiness. We cannot judge directly the absolute true nature, but we can generally the aspect of emptiness we can judge, from the valid cognition. One's analysis, investigations, you can judge. That means it's the wisdom of contemplation. And then when you coming the wisdom of collection, wisdom of contemplation means is you understanding generality meaning of the emptiness clearly, without any doubt. Means is you found the conviction, you found the courage, courage from this perfect hearing wisdom and contemplation wisdom. So you found perfect view of emptiness, but still you found, but doesn't mean you realized. So that's still not beyond to the ordinary perception. That's ordinary perception. By ordinary perception, you found the perfect view of a Madhyamika teaching. So now this perfect view, what you found from your contemplation and from the hearing wisdom, now we need to practice, training. By the meditation wisdom. So what we means meditate, what we should to meditate, you has to be familiarity about your understanding of from the hearing and contemplation wisdom. You have to be more familiarity about your hearing wisdom and contemplation wisdom. That's meditation. But still we are ordinary, we cannot meditate the absolute truth of emptiness. But we can do meditate the generality aspect of the emptiness. And then you will be experiencing about the emptiness of generality, emptiness you will be experiencing. And further do meditate, not only meditate, but there's two collections, merits, wisdom. We need to go into collections. Collection merits, but this emptiness meditation, wisdom, and for collection merits, better of compassion, bodhicitta, pure motivation. These two together, union with two collections, merits and wisdom. With emptiness, the wisdom, and great method of compassion, these together. But still we are ordinary. So, but you can cross part of accumulation, part of preparation, and then the end, you will be attainment part of seeing. What is you seeing means? That first time on this samsara from beginningness, you see the true nature, you will see the true nature of Dharma sphere. Better your primordial wisdom, not ordinary wisdom. So therefore now, this object is beyond to the ordinary perception. But you are become extraordinary being now. You are not ordinary being. Because your wisdom is transferred into become of extraordinary primordial wisdom. Without too dualistic grasping mind. So your wisdom is, usually our wisdom is dualistic, with dualistic, two dualistic grasping. But now finally your wisdom is dualistic grasping mind, wisdom is transferring into is a non-dualistic wisdom. Means is self-awareness, co-emergent wisdom, innate wisdom, something like this, independent wisdom. So this is extraordinary primordial wisdom. So better extraordinary primordial wisdom have power to realization the true nature of Dharma Dhatu, the true nature of Dharma sphere, emptiness, the selflessness of self, the view. So that time you are become part of seeing. Means you are become Bodhisattva, real actual Bodhisattva, not ordinary Bodhisattva. You are become extraordinary Bodhisattva. So therefore this object is beyond to the ordinary perception, but you are not ordinary now. Was you are ordinary, but finally you are become extraordinary. At the same time, simultaneously, when you having realization, true nature, selflessness, self, and your achievement of extraordinary being. That means it's at the same time. So, therefore, and then part of seeing means you are having freedom, obscuration of contaminated karma, you freedom, obscuration of delusion, you completely freedom the obscuration of ignorant. That means completely you are having freedom, the suffering of samsara, fully. Because you are Bodhisattva, achievement of part of seeing. But still not Buddhahood yet. Okay? Because for first bhumi, part of seeing until of 10th bhumi, ground Bodhisattvas, there's 9 stages, stay continuously, you need to progress with the two collection merits and wisdom further. But this part is a part of meditation. From second bhumi to 10th bhumi, the 9 stages progress is through the part of meditation. Why we say meditation? Because we sense already did meditate from part of accumulation, part of preparation, and part of seeing. But why I say is second bhumi to 10th bhumi is a meditation part? Because once we only did, we mentioned you, we meditate generality aspect of emptiness, true nature, but we cannot meditate of the absolute truth emptiness. But now you already achievement part of seeing. So therefore, you having realized true nature by your primordial wisdom. Now this recognition progress more, familiarity habituated by the meditation. This meditation is not generality. This meditation is the reality. You can meditate from first bhumi to second bhumi to 10th bhumi. You can do meditation on the reality, true nature. So therefore, it's a part of meditation. So during this part of meditation, there are two meditation, always two. One is equipoise meditation, one is post meditation. You can be both. Sometimes you can just sitting, just on the meditation of equipoise, one spontaneous equipoise meditation for collection of wisdom, and most of your life, your time is spending with the post meditation, with both of collection merits, collection of wisdom, the post meditation and the Bodhisattva's activity, So, and then is progress of these two collections completely, and then your attainment part of no more learning. The fifth part, the last one, part of no more learning. What is the part of no more learning? This stage is Buddhahood. Completely enlightenment Buddhahood. Finally, you will be attainment state. That means completely you will be freedom, the obscuration of even the imprint of all-knowing knowledge. You will be freedom the obscurations of to the omniscient. Even the imprint of the obscuration to the omniscient. Finally, the 10th bhumi Bodhisattvas can be freedom from the imprint of obscuration of to the omniscient. So therefore, there is no left any obscurations. Therefore, there is no left any learning starting more further. Because you are achievement the top of all-knowing knowledge. That is the omniscience, Buddha's omniscience, all-knowing knowledge. And then what happened when we are attainment state all-knowing knowledge? Is we are disappeared totally? No. But spontaneously, but automatically, but effortlessly, you can do benefit other sentient beings. Since your attainment of Buddhahood till becoming emptiness, becoming of the samsara has become empty. This means is samsara endless, I mentioned you. So your activity benefits sentient beings, power is also endless. Maybe you say, oh, one day maybe I'm retired. No, because they're not tired. Because spontaneously. The Buddha's activities best spontaneously, effortlessly. If forcefully, so then one day tired. So must be, but not, So therefore, Buddha's activities have no retired, okay? So ours, spontaneously. So that's why Buddha nature, we mentioned you already, is the pervading equally all sentient beings, primordially, and Buddha's activities also is endlessly benefit existence. So therefore everyone, this is the reason, sooner or later when the enlightenment is coming. Everyone. So, and this way anyway, the final of the middle way of the consequences school, the explanations, everything are totally is beyond to the ordinary perception, but it's meant is a selflessness of selflessness of phenomena, everything, even conventionally. The Madhya Mika, they have no difference of this conventional truth, the ultimate truth, they no speak different, separate. Just directly as by ultimate logic, ultimate, the consequences, the school explanations, everything are, without of the four aspects to mention you. This is final emptiness. So therefore emptiness is as emptiness. But this little bit is for us as a hard to image, then how can you meditate? But if learning, studying, thinking, judge, research, and then you can slowly can clear and clear the conviction of this view, the certainty of this view, and then meditate, and then the end is very, very possible, is true. That's the final. Anyway, now and briefly, we mentioned to you the selflessness of person. This even from Hinayana, the Vipassana school, Sutrantika school, both the Hinayana traditions, solitary Yana of the Vico followers, both can achieve the state of nirvana. Because the both of Hinayana, solitary Yana can form the view of selflessness of individual person. So therefore, they're freedom from the two dualistic grasping. Therefore, they're free from ignorance. Therefore, they're freedom from delusion. Therefore, themselves freedom from contaminated karma. Therefore, themselves will be freedom from the result of suffering of samsara. So that means achievement arhat. Not Buddhahood yet. It's just as nirvana. But nirvana have levels, but this is just the subsequent nirvana. It's the arhat one. So one day will be there also must be the arhat of Hinayana, solitary Yana. One day must be need to generation mantra of enlightenment enter into the Mahayana path. Even without self-grasping. But they yet not realization selflessness of phenomena. Yet. But no questions why the Hinayana, solitary Yana haven't yet realization selflessness of phenomena. Why only they realize the selflessness of person alone? Because they have no idea to thinking about the selflessness of phenomena. They doesn't feel necessary to understand the selflessness of phenomena. Because they worry about the suffering of samsara. They very much desire to attainment in nirvana. So therefore, if they understand selflessness of self is enough for liberation, for freedom, samsara, for achievement in nirvana. Not necessary to thinking, looking, searching about selflessness phenomena, because lack. What is lack? Lack the great method of bodhicitta. The Hinayana tradition lacking the cultivation mantra of enlightenment mind. There's no generation bodhicitta. Because generation bodhicitta means is the attitude to want to benefit other sentient beings and leading into enlightenment Buddhahood. So therefore, himself or herself as soon as possible to attainment Buddhahood for leading sentient beings equally enlightenment. So therefore, if you want to be enlightenment Buddhahood and leading other sentient beings enlightenment Buddhahood, then there's no possible, only just realization, selflessness of person. Then you will be falling extremes of nirvana like arhat. So therefore you must be is cultivation mantra of enlightenment at the very beginning, the generation bodhicitta. So that's the main purpose. Main aim is different. The Hinayana tradition's purpose, final purpose is himself or herself, as soon as possible, freedom, suffering of samsara, and will be achievement nirvana. That's the aim. The Mahayana Bodhisattva's motivation goal is soon as possible to enlightenment Buddhahood for benefit other sentient beings without hesitation, himself or herself. This means is with bodhicitta or without bodhicitta. But doesn't mean is a Hinayana, solitary Hinayana or the Hinayana tradition have no compassion, no love. No. Very much their compassion, love to sentient beings. They very much they wish each sentient being, if possible, freedom from suffering, and each sentient being, of course, the attainment of happiness, enjoyment. That is, of course, as that's a Buddhist. The compassion is the essential of a Buddha Dharma, So therefore, but they lack the courage, confidence to benefit sentient beings and to attainment, enlightenment, Buddhahood. Have no this courage. So therefore, they doesn't care about the selflessness of phenomena. They only care the selflessness of person. So therefore, it's their attainment of arhat, but not Buddhahood at the moment. That's why. But Bodhisattva must have to learning, starting to realization, selflessness of phenomena, not only person. So that's why it's their understanding, finally achievement, completely freedom. I mean, it's completely of the freedom of the obscurations, attainment, realization, both selflessness of person and selflessness of phenomena. That's why. But sometimes in the text, Nagarjuna says, in the Umarinchen Tawa, the jewel garland of the Middle-West called, anyway, the Nagarjuna says, just quoted one verse with the four lines on Tibetan language from Nagarjuna's one Madhyamika, another one Madhyamika teaching. He says, as long as you have overhanding to existence of aggregates, and then you have self-grasping. As long as you have self-grasping, then you existent in samsara. You are existent in samsara. So this song looks like even the Hinayana traditions have to realization the selflessness of phenomena, not enough only selflessness of person. But this has happened between Sakya, Gelug, Nyingma, Kartik philosophy school, we debate lots about. Someone says necessary even Hinayana, solitary Hinayana, the emptiness of phenomena, selflessness of phenomena, not enough only selflessness of a person alone, because Nagarjuna says like this and that. And some other traditions say no, doesn't mean Nagarjuna says is have to even realization the Hinayana traditions of phenomena are selflessness. No, there's no possible. If their realization, then they must be free from the obscuration to the omniscient. Then they must be also become Buddhahood. Why only falling extremes of arhat, nirvana? So know what it means. The Tibetan very great scholar, qualified, famous, well-known master, Queen Lungchen Ramchen, master. He's 13th century born in Tibet. So he explained about this. Buddha's the means. Some Buddha's texts, if you see, sound looks like even the Hinayana tradition is necessary to realization selflessness of phenomena. Sometimes some text, his sutra text says the Hinayana solitary realization is the Hinayana tradition's note necessary to realization of selflessness of phenomena, enough only selflessness of person. So now it looks like it's a contradiction, Buddha himself. His speech, no. So now he gave an example. The Longchenpa master, he says, you want cup of water drink from ocean, 1 cup water you drink 1 cup water from ocean. Okay? And then some other people explain this person. Oh, he drink of the ocean. Yeah? He drinking of the ocean. Some others say, no, he didn't drink ocean. Both true. One person, Why says the other one says he did not, drink ocean? Because he only 1 cup. That's nothing to the ocean. It's no changes any, The 1 drop of water is nothing from ocean. So that means it's a negation word. Because too tiny. So therefore they fully is giving negation, says he didn't. He or she didn't drink ocean. It's true, right? Because only 1 cup. So they did all the oceans, no, drink, no. So therefore used the short way, negation word. Say he didn't drink. And then other person says, no, he did. This is also true, because he drank 1 cup from ocean. Not fully ocean, but only 1 drop of water he drank, tested from ocean. So that's also true. So these two truths not contradictory. So likewise, Buddha Shakyamuni says the Hirayana solitary yana. And Nagarjuna also says necessary to realization the selflessness of phenomena. It doesn't mean fully. But even we mentioned yesterday, like the glass and glass of water, they understand that is conventionally existent, not ultimately. Even Hinayana traditions, they understand little of the phenomena selflessness. One part of selflessness of phenomena, not fully. So like they drink 1 cup of water from ocean, like. So therefore sometimes the Buddha says, yes, they are realized selflessness or self means it's only this gross level, tiny, they understand the selflessness of phenomena, but not fully, because they believe the partyless particle, the partyless moments exist inherently. That is the fundamental of the samsara. So there's appearance as the universe are existent conventionally, ultimately. So therefore, the phenomena believe existent inherently. That means it's not selflessness phenomena. So therefore, in the sometimes Buddha's teaching, he says, no, Hirayana, Soitirayana, or the Hinayana traditions have no recognition, no realization about selflessness of self. That's meaning he didn't drink ocean. They used negative word because they didn't. 99% they didn't. So selflessness of self-understanding. So therefore, the Buddha says no. And sometimes yes, because 1% understand about selflessness of self, says yes. This too is not. This Belongjenpa, he found these descriptions Buddha's teaching. This is very beautiful, very wonderful. So, So anyway, actually the emptiness, little bit sometimes complicated, but it's very wonderful, very beautiful, very logical, really, but helpful, useful. If you can little bit understanding, if you practice, little bit if you focus, everything's like illusion, like reflection, moon and the water, like everything's originated by the interdependently, unstabilization, something. Little bit if you're thinking like illusorily, you have more relaxed, more comfortable, less fear, less panic, less worry, less suffering. Neither is good or bad the situation comes, but you can more relaxed. Very much. Of course, then gradually that's the way to enlightenment. Buddhahood is only. That's why in the text Buddha says, so the two obscuration of delusion, the obscuration to the omniscient is obscuration of samsara, obscuration of Buddhahood. So if we want to freedom from these two obscurations, then must be on the emptiness, practice on emptiness. There's no other antidote. Even you say, oh, I don't like practice the emptiness for enlightenment. I want enlightenment, freedom from samsara, but I very much enjoy with the compassion. It's beautiful. Compassion is very nice. So I only want to keep pure motivation, compassion with the generosity, like perfection of generosity, practice perfection of morality, contact, I display of the perfection of patience, perfection of diligence, perfection of meditative concentrations, and perfection of worldly of the wisdom. This is, I like, it's easy, comfortable for me, but I don't like emptiness because it's complicated to me. So, if you say this, your practice is beautiful, very nice, compassion. These 6 perfections, especially the first five perfections, very beautiful practice. You looks like really Bodhisattva. Okay? You can collection merits, lots and lots we need. But without of the recognition of the emptiness, selflessness of self-person and selflessness of phenomena, missing this part, you cannot do collection of wisdom. You missed the collection of wisdom, emptiness. And without completely collection of wisdom and that only merits with the compassion, you cannot freedom from samsara. No possible. You are really a holy person. You are very beautiful. You are very nice, calm and Bodhisattva-like, but still you are ordinary Bodhisattva. You cannot be extraordinary Bodhisattva because you haven't yet freedom from ignorant. Because ignorance is the root of samsara. Because the recognition, emptiness, selflessness of self is the opposite of ignorant. So you couldn't find the selflessness of self. You have no idea thinking about this. So therefore, with the ignorant, and then you have strong compassion, love to sentient being. It's beautiful, but still you are ignorant. Means you are both wandering in samsara. The object of your compassion and the subject of yourself, the compassion, both are wandering in samsara foolishly. So therefore, cannot be leading to enlightenment. Forgot other sentient beings, even yourself. Cannot liberate, So therefore, important both. Then you say, okay, then I do only meditation, emptiness without compassion, bodhicitta, still not possible. Collection merits. Without collection merits, only wisdom, you cannot enlightenment. Buddhahood is not possible. But without bodhicitta, only wisdom and normal general compassion, you can liberation, nirvana, like our heart is possible. But not possible Buddhahood. So therefore, someone want to enlightenment Buddhahood, we must be collection both. Wisdom, emptiness, and merits better of bodhicitta. Since from beginning. So therefore, right now, we're talking both compassion, wisdom, emptiness. We're thinking wisdom and compassion, bodhicitta. And we try training one with perfection, wisdom, emptiness, and great method of bodhicitta together. We right now start to meditate just outlines about the perfection of wisdom, emptiness, and of merits, compassion. That means it's starting collection, two union. The union of both two collections, wisdom and merits. So these can cross part of accumulation, part of preparation, and the end you will be achievement part of seeing. Right now, we need, So therefore, it's a very beginning try entering into your view part of the red path. Red path of this kind of the traditions is very important. If you found the red path, and then no matter how it takes long to attainment, enlightenment, eons, kalpas, it's still fine. Because it's step by step closer to enlightenment. But sometimes some people feel, 3 numberless eons collection merits for enlightenment too much. This I cannot do. Too long for me. Okay, the sound is, yes, you said this, but then what you can do more than something during 3 numberless eons? That's my questions. You don't yet say tired to training secular existence samsara 3 numberless eons, but you're tired to collection merits wisdom for 3 numberless eons. Why? If you don't start to enlightenment for collection merits wisdom for 3 numberless eons, too much for you, and then what you can do more than something important things during these 3 numberless eons. Not only. We during sense from beginningless till now, numbers of 3 numberless eons we yet not accumulated enough merits, wisdom said, therefore still we are wandering in this samsara. So you haven't yet feel tired. Only you tired to thinking about 3 numberless eons for collection merits, wisdom for enlightenment. That's a stupidity, isn't it? So therefore, after 3 numberless eons, you will be some of there as you enlightenment Buddhahood. But most we are still wandering in samsara. After 3 numberless eons, you see then what difference. But not necessarily have to, of course, everyone is 3 numberless eons. Even one Sangha life. Sometimes if lucky, fortune person, if you have good karma, and then you can enlightenment Buddhahood, one Sangha life. You know. So therefore, anyway, try. Keep the right motivation and purpose final. But however, Buddha Dharma doesn't mean it's only benefit at the end. Dharma practice, Dharma learning, Dharma studying is sense now, very beginning when you're thinking 1 week, 1 month, 1 day, we will become more happy, more enjoy, more relaxed, more restless, more comfortable, more suitable, more meaningful your life. Just temporarily in this life. This means is next rebirth also you have fortune rebirth. That means gradually better and better and better and better. The end, finally, you will be enlightenment. So therefore, we say virtues of beginning, virtues of maintain, the virtues of the end. Means Dharma is always virtue. Virtue means good, goodness. Beginning is good, the maintain is good, the end, of course, more good. Isn't it? But worldly, normal is most 80-90% beginning sense beginning not good. Then of course maintain is not good. The end is problem. But the rest few percent is beginning is good. In samsara, right? Nice, wow, wonderful. Something is few days wonderful. Few weeks maybe also wonderful. But no more than years. Right? Happened something. Something is terrible is coming. Obstacles are coming. Disappointedness is coming. Tiring, bothering is coming. After 1 year later something. I think no one you find go to enroll to this earth. Someone ordinary way, they completely achievement satisfaction state in an ordinary way. I think it's no. But temporarily, short moments of happiness, you find many people, you go check there. They're jumping, wow, wonderful, amazing, is it? Okay, we see next week are coming, you are still amazing or not. But now totally upset on next week. That means is the temporary benefit, the temporary enjoyment is just deceptive object of, So that's why we can say suffering of change means is the temporary benefit is arising happy, remaining as long as happy, but ceasing is suffering, changing. So that's suffering with change. The suffering of suffering is even animals, they know. But suffering of change is we need to judge a little bit at the end. The all pervasive suffering is a hidden phenomena. We cannot experience it directly. Only is follow the valid cognition logic and the bodhisattvas, they can understand the all pervasive suffering. But anyway, samsara is like that. But anyway, it's sooner or later we can liberate. So therefore we start right now as much can and relaxed on the wisdom, pure wisdom and the compassion. These two is main method. So compassion, wisdom we need from your livelihood. Very important, pure motivation and pure wisdom. If you have wisdom, good compassion, your business is more successful. If wrong motivation and wrong wisdom, and then even your normal livelihood, not very successful. so many problems. So therefore we need, neither you are thinking about enlightenment or not, neither you thinking for next life or not, even this life we need Dharma. That's very clear. Even one Sangha life we need Dharma. Because essence is compassion and love. So Buddha says, commit no evils, engage as much in virtuous deed. Subdue one's own mind thoroughly, that's Buddha Dharma, in brief. Why Buddha said, commit no evils? Because you want to be freedom from suffering, right? You don't want to experience suffering, right? Everyone. True. And this true, then you should not forget what is the cause, condition of suffering. The evil, the negative action, non-merits, the misdeed action, misdeed karma. And so this all is evil. So Buddha says, please commit no evils, because you don't want suffering. So therefore suffering is dependent from of evil, negative action, non-merits. So therefore is commit no evils as much possible. Then you have no suffering, less suffering. Then Buddha says, engage as much in virtuous deed, because you want to happy, enjoy. But happiness, enjoyment cannot born there automatically, there causelessly. The happiness, enjoyment comes from to the similar cause, similar condition. What is similar cause, similar condition? Which is virtuous action, virtuous mind, virtuous emotion. So Buddha says, engage as much in virtuous deeds, because this is the cause condition for happiness, enjoyment. And then finally Buddha says, subdue one's own mind thoroughly. Subduing means is control, training one's own mind to train, control. We need freedom, but even you lose the temporary freedom, but you will be ultimate freedoms coming. If you cannot exchange temporary freedoms to the ultimate freedom, then you never ever freedom. Big freedoms, never ever. So that means is more than, I mentioned it before, is the individualism. So, I don't want to depend to others. I don't want to follow others' advice. What comes my mind, what I want, I do it. Okay, you are a lucky person, good comes in your mind, is fine. But unluckily, it comes bad motivation. Bad things comes if you follow freely, and then problem. Wanting like too much of the using on the intoxicants like drugs, Yes, many people want. And then they choose this free, so then problem happened, So therefore, like this way, we need to have to be distinguished clearly which is necessary engagement activities or object, and which is a necessary abandonment object. We must be distinguished clearly. Our human brain, human mind, human knowledge is more intelligent. So we have the power to distinguish clearly if you intention, So intention must be to know. So therefore is a necessary abandonment, even sometimes even you want, don't do it. Even is necessary engagement, sometimes you have tired, difficult, but still try. Must be. It means is become more familiarity, and then you will not tired. But we yet not habituated of positive emotion. We very much habituated to negative emotions. So negative emotion, we don't need to meditate. We don't need practice. You don't need effort. Effortlessly comes negative emotions, right? So therefore people are easy to follow negative. But they say, positive is beautiful, but tired. True, we haven't yet habituated. But one day, you have become more familiarity, more habituated to positive emotion. That times even you want to, on negative emotion, that times you tired to the negative emotion. Easy for positive emotion. So like those training, achievement, accomplishment, yogis, yoginis, practitioners, masters of Mahasiddhis, Bodhisattvas, or so on, holy beings, arhat beings are there very spontaneously on positive belief, and that's not negative. But moment is not like that, so we need effort for practice. We need effort also to avoid of a negative emotion, but very important. So this good for this life and good for future life. All right. So anyway, this is just in probably this the teachings, instructions on the meditation and of the selflessness.